You are 40 years old. Your bank account shows $18,400 in liquid savings. Your 401k shows $212,000. Both of you, that's where you part ways. Path A, the biology builder, age 41. You get a raise. You don't upgrade your car. You upgrade your fuel. You hire a trainer named Elena. She costs $400 a month. You do not see this as a luxury. You see it as a fixed cost, like rent or a mortgage. You build a spreadsheet. 3 columns. Sleep, protein, movement. Your kitchen is small, but it is efficient. You eat at home 6 nights a week. It isn't about discipline. It is about math. You buy grass-fed beef. You buy organic greens. You weigh your food. The expense ratio of your nutrition is your primary KPI. The office is loud. Marcus, a contractor with a loud laugh, asks the team to go for drinks. He's celebrating a $7,400 estimate he just landed. You say no. You are in bed by 9:30 p.m. You don't care about the office gossip or Marcus's stories. You care about your resting heart rate. By the end of year 1, you have $2,400 in a health reserve. You have $1,900 in a high-yield account. The compounding is quiet. It does not announce itself. Path B, the career spender, age 41. You get the same raise. You buy a new watch. You tell yourself you need to look like a vice president to become one. The watch was optional. You chose it anyway. Your neighborhood is better now. The coffee shops are walkable. You spend your nights at the office under buzzing fluorescent lights. You eat work food, usually a steak dinner on a corporate card, washed down with 2 glasses of red wine. To take the edge off, you go to Sunday brunch with friends. It costs $41 and lasts 2 hours. You buy a car on a 72-month loan. The payment is $387. Insurance is $194. You open a savings account with $100. 3 weeks later, you transfer $80 back to buy a concert ticket. By the end of year 1, you have $220 in savings. You have $1,340 in credit card debt. The interest is 24.99%. You pay the minimum. Path A, the biology builder, age 43 to 46. You get a $2,100 raise. You don't upgrade your life. You upgrade your investment. You buy a rucking pack. You walk 3 miles every morning before Ellis even opens his laptop. You learn that the body is a machine that rewards maintenance. At age 46, a medical bill arrives. It is $4,400 for a procedure insurance won't cover. For you, this is a routine event. You call your financial planner. Run. She looks at your maintenance reserve. The money is there. You pay the bill on a Tuesday morning. You don't discuss it at the office. You don't stress. You go for your workout at 5 p.m. as scheduled. Your recovery time is half of what the doctor predicted because your systemic inflammation is at an all-time low. Path B, the career spender, age 43 to 46. You get the same $2,100 raise. You upgrade your apartment. The new rent is $1,240. The building has a gym. You use it 7 times the first month, twice the second, 0 the third. You buy a couch for $1,400 on a buy now, pay later plan. At age 46, that same $4,400 medical bill arrives. For you, this is a crisis. You don't have the cash. You look at your 401k. You have no choice but to cash out $7,000 to cover the bill, the 10% early withdrawal penalty, $700, and the taxes, $1,400. You are functional, but you are bleeding capital. You start to feel a permanent tightness in your lower back. You ignore it. You have a deadline to meet. Path A, the biology builder, age 48 to 51. You get a promotion to director. Your salary is $265,000. You are behind Path B by over $100,000 a year in earning power. But your office routine is different. You stand during meetings. You take the stairs. The office still smells like old coffee, but you drink water. You spend $8,000 a year on a longevity protocol. You pay for deep blood work and high-quality supplements. Elena has you lifting heavier than you did at 40. You don't have a medicine cabinet. You have a pantry. Your landlord, Sable, sees you rucking in the rain. She asks if you ever get tired. You say, "Only when I stop moving." You have $920,000 in your total accounts. You invest in high-quality protein and fats. You see it as fuel for the machine. You are buying biological insurance. Path B, the career spender age 48 to 51. You are a senior vice president. Your salary is $385,000. You have a lake house you rarely visit. You have a boat you've used twice. You are staring at a screen in a home office that smells like expensive leather and stale air. A specialist named Dr. Vogel looks at your MRI. You have 2 herniated discs. He calls it sedentary compression. He asks when you last lifted a weight. You can't remember. You were too busy building the safety net to realize the net is being woven out of your own spine. You have $1.2 million in your 401k, but you use a CPAP machine to breathe at night. You have the money to buy any bed in the world, but you don't have the biological capacity to stay asleep. You drink 3 glasses of wine at night to turn off your brain. Your body is in a constant state of inflammation. You tell yourself this is the price of success. Path A, the biology builder age 52 to 55. You didn't get a massive exit payout from a corporate acquisition. You are still working because you want to, not because you have to. Your net worth is $1.8 million. On paper, you have $3.4 million less than Path B. You are a success by any reasonable metric. But in the boardroom, you aren't the one they whisper about in awe of your bank account. But you just booked a skiing trip to the Alps. You aren't worried about your knees. You've been doing weighted lunges for a decade. Your heart rate variability is high, meaning your nervous system is still elastic and resilient. You don't have a cardiologist number in your phone. You have a functional horizon. You spend your money on doing, not fixing. The system you built at 40 was a building system. You hire a fee-only financial planner named Run. She looks at your $1.8 million and tells you that your health-adjusted withdrawal rate is incredibly high because your medical costs are zero. You aren't paying the medical tax. You are living on the vitality dividend. You stay at the firm because your brain is sharp and you enjoy the mentor role for the younger staff. Path B, the career spender age 52 to 55. You hit the exit. Your company is bought by a private equity firm. Your payout is $2.4 million after taxes. Total net worth, $5.2 million. You are a success story. You are rich. But you celebrate the exit from a hospital bed. It wasn't a heart attack. It was a warning shot, atrial fibrillation. Your heart is out of rhythm because you lived in fight or flight mode for 15 years. Dr. Vogel puts you on blood thinners. You are wealthy enough to afford the best medicine, but you are now a high-value asset that the system is just trying to stabilize. You realize that your $5.2 million is now a medical security fund. You spend your first year of freedom in physical therapy, trying to regain the range of motion you traded for a corner office. You have a freedom you work for, but you don't have the vessel to enjoy it. Path A, the biology builder age 56 to 59. You are 58. You decide to transition to consulting. You only work 20 hours a week. Your brain chemistry is stable because you haven't relied on alcohol or high-sugar comfort foods to manage stress. Your dopamine receptors are healthy. You find joy in small things, a morning ruck, a perfectly cooked meal, a conversation with Sable about her garden. Your 401k has grown to $2.4 million. You are technically retired, but you look like you could work another 20 years. You spend $12,000 a year on specialized health retreats. It feels expensive, but you compare it to the cost of a single major surgery, and you realize it's the best ROI in your portfolio. Path B, the career spender age 56 to 59. You are 58. You are retired, but you are busy. You are busy managing your decline. Your days are scheduled around appointments. You have a specialist for your back, a specialist for your heart, and a therapist for the anxiety that didn't go away when the money arrived. Your net worth is $6.8 million, but you are bleeding cash. You spend $60,000 a year on biological debt servicing. This includes experimental stem cell injections for your spine and high-end concierge doctors. You're trying to buy back the structural integrity you burned in your 40s. You buy a $150,000 sports car to feel something, but the seats aggravate your sciatica. You sit in your garage, looking at the car, realizing you are a king in a crumbling castle. The midpoint gap, age 60. The variables that were identical at 40 have now diverged into two different species of human existence. Metric, Path A, the biology builder. Net worth, $2.8 million. Biological age, 45. Daily meds, 0. Can hike 10 miles with a pack. Primary expense, travel and experiences. Remembered as the healthy mentor in office. Path B, the career spender. Net worth, $7.4 million. Biological age, 69. Daily meds, 5. Can walk from a car to the restaurant. Primary expense, medical maintenance and comfort tech. Remembered as the high-stress SVP in office. The distance between these two people is $4.6 million in one direction and 24 years of functional life in the other. At 60, Path A is sitting on a porch. He just finished a session with Elena, who is now a close friend. He feels a quiet peace. He didn't win the money game, but he won the existence game. He has optionality. He can choose where to go and what to do because his body says yes. At 60, Path B is in a beautiful oceanfront condo. He is waiting for his concierge doctor, David, to arrive for a checkup. He won the money game. He has the highest score on the leaderboard, but he has no optionality. His body says no. Path A, the biology builder age 61 to 74. You are 65. Your net worth is $3.6 million. The compounding of your early investments and the low maintenance cost of your lifestyle have kept your accounts growing. You still meet with Run, but the conversations have shifted. You aren't talking about survival. You are talking about deployment. You decide to spend 4 months a year traveling. You aren't sitting on tour buses or in sanitized resorts. You are rucking the highlands of Scotland. You are walking 5 miles a day in the heat of Portugal. Your knees don't ache. Your heart rate is steady. You still lift weights twice a week with Elena, who now uses you as the gold standard example for her younger clients. You spend $15,000 a year on performance longevity, biological testing, specialized nutrition, and recovery tech. To Path B, this looks like an expense. To you, it is the rent you pay to stay in a high-functioning vessel. You are 70, but you are living with the physical capability of a man in his late 40s. Path B, the career spender age 61 to 74. You are 65. Your net worth is $8.9 million. You are incredibly wealthy. You have the oceanfront condo, the membership at the club, and the respect of your peers. But you are a full-time patient. Your morning routine is not a walk. It is a pharmacy. You take a cocktail of 7 pills to manage the structural failures of your 50s. You have a concierge doctor named David. You pay him a $20,000 annual retainer just for the privilege of his cell phone number. He is very polite. He uses simple words to tell you that your heart cannot handle a flight to Europe. Your spine is so compressed that you have lost 2 inches in height. Your world is shrinking. You stay in the condo because the friction of moving is too high. You watch the sunset through a window instead of standing on the sand. You have nearly $9 million, but you cannot buy a new set of lungs. Your money is trapped capital. It can buy you a better hospital bed, but it cannot buy you the strength to get out of it. Path A, the biology builder age 75 to 80. You are 78. You are in your backyard. Your grandson is 6 years old. He runs toward you at full speed. You reach down, you scoop him up, and you spin him around. You do it without thinking. Your core is strong. Your balance is perfect. You aren't old. You are just a man who has been around a long time. You don't spend money on care because you don't need it. You spend your money on experiences for your family. You pay for the whole clan to go to a cabin in the mountains. You are the one leading the hike. You are the one building the fire. You are the chief health officer of your bloodline. You showed your children that the system works. You are a robust asset until the very end. Path B, the career spender age 75 to 80. You are 78. You live in a luxury assisted living facility. It costs $22,000 a month. It has gold leaf on the ceilings and a chef who makes meals you can barely digest. You have a nurse named Sarah. She helps you get out of bed. She helps you get into the shower. You have $12 million, but you have zero privacy. You have zero independence. You look at your brokerage account on your iPad. The numbers go up every day, but they don't mean anything anymore. A medical bill arrives for a specialized procedure. It is $95,000. You pay it without looking. It is just a line item in your decline. You realize that you spent your 40s trading your life for money, and now you are spending all that money trying to buy back just a few more weeks of life. The math is brutal. You sold your health at a discount, and you are trying to buy it back at a premium. The market is closed. The finale, the distance between these two people is $8 million in one direction, and a human life in the other. 40 years ago, they were both 40. They both had $18,400 in savings and $212,000 in a 401k. They both sat in the same office that smelled like old coffee. They both worked for Ellis. The difference was $187 a month redirected into high-quality food and 1 hour a day redirected into the gym. One saw his body as a system to be built. The other saw it as a resource to be burned. Systems compound. Both kinds compound. That is the only thing that was ever true. The Tuesday after that decision still came. It always does. For both of them. One of them is still here to truly see it. The other is just watching the clock.